This isn't a beauty tutorial. This isn't a thirst trap breakdown. This is an architectural study, a cultural autopsy, a love letter written in the language of curves, confidence, and the particular kind of power that makes strangers ask, "Who is she?" So pull up a chair, get comfortable, because we're going to take this design apart, layer by layer, and figure out exactly what makes a goddess. Let's start at the beginning. Before the walk, before the smile, before the outfit. Let's talk about the structure itself. The human form is a story told in geometry, and some editions of that story, certain specific printings, are just more compelling than others. Now, I want to be clear, there is no single shape that holds the market on beauty, but there is a particular conversation that certain silhouettes have been having with human attention for thousands of years. And it goes something like this. The eye lands, the eye travels, the eye cannot leave. It's the curves, not just their presence, but their relationship to each other. The way they create tension and resolution, like a piece of music. Wide at the shoulder, then pulled in at the waist, then released, exhaled, into the hips. That sequence, that specific grammatical structure of the body. There's a reason sculptors have obsessed over it for millennia. A reason poets run out of metaphors trying to describe it. A reason your great-great-grandmother's mirror was hung at exactly that angle. The curve is not decoration. The curve is the argument. And some women make that argument loudly, in full sentences, in a voice that carries, "Let's go top to bottom." Methodically, because a design this deliberate deserves to be read properly. The shoulders. People underestimate the shoulders. They think of them as just a hanger, a place where straps go, where sunburns happen, where you carry bags you probably shouldn't. But no, the shoulders are the opening statement. A strong, soft shoulder says something before the rest of the body gets a chance to speak. It says, presence. It says, I arrived. Not I showed up. I arrived. There's a difference. And the collarbone just above it? The collarbone is the jewelry she was born with. That gentle ridge, that subtle canyon. The way it catches light like it made a deal with the sun personally. You don't need a necklace when your collarbone is doing all of that on its own. Though a necklace certainly wouldn't complain. Now, the waist. If the shoulders are the opening statement, the waist is the comma. The pause, the breath before the sentence becomes something extraordinary. There's a reason the waist is where hands go instinctively. It's an invitation written into the body's grammar. A narrow waist is nature's way of creating contrast, of making everything above it and everything below it feel even more significant by comparison. It's editorial. It's compositional genius. And when a woman wears something that acknowledges the waist, something that says, yes, I know this is here, I am not hiding this, the whole room reorganizes itself around her. The waist says, hold here. And we do, every single time. And then, the hips. I need a moment. I actually need a moment before I talk about the hips, because they deserve to be approached with respect. The way you'd approach a masterpiece in a gallery, with distance at first, standing back, taking in the whole thing before you move closer. The hips are not just a physical feature, they are genuinely a worldview. They say, I take up space, and I have made peace with that. They say, I am built for permanence. I am built for motion. I contain multitudes. They are the drum beat, the bass line, the part of the song that makes you stop what you're doing and turn up the volume. There is a particular kind of hip, you know, the kind that moves with authority. Not aggressively, not performatively, just authoritatively. Like the hip knows something your nervous system doesn't yet, and it's going to teach you slowly, one step at a time. And the thighs beneath them. The thighs are the thesis statement the hips were leading up to. Strong and soft in the same breath. Powerful and yielding at the same time. The thighs are a paradox wrapped in skin, and the contradiction is precisely what makes them so difficult to look away from. Let's talk about the skin, not in a clinical way, not in a product placement moisturize twice daily kind of way. In the way that a poet would talk about the skin, because it deserves that. Skin is the largest organ in the body, and it is, bar none, the most underappreciated one. We treat it like a surface, when it is actually a story. Every shade is a different dialect of beautiful. Every texture is a different genre. There is skin that looks like it holds the sun inside it, warm and golden and luminous in a way that has nothing to do with a filter. There is skin the color of good earth after rain, deep, rich, impossibly soft. There is skin that's porcelain pale and catches the cold light and turns it into something ethereal. All of it is the wrapping that tells you this gift is serious. The way certain skin catches light, stops it, holds it, bounces it back transformed, is not something anyone engineered. It's not something you can manufacture. It is simply what happens when biology decides to show off. And when that skin is warm to the touch, when the light that's been collecting in it all day radiates outward, it becomes something close to magnetic. You don't just see it, you feel drawn toward it, like there's a gravity you didn't know existed. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Everything we've discussed so far, the shoulders, the waist, the hips, the skin, all of that is the static version, the photograph, the design on paper. But a goddess is not a photograph. A goddess moves, and the movement is where everything you thought you understood stops working. Because you can study the structure, you can analyze the proportions, you can be a perfectly rational, clear-headed observer of all of the elements we've described. And then she walks, and rationality takes a personal day. There is a particular walk, you've seen it, you know the one, where the hips don't just move side to side, they swing, but not mechanically, not like a pendulum, more like a tide coming in, inevitable, rhythmic, overwhelming in its calm confidence. Each step lands with purpose, not aggression, purpose, like the ground should feel honored. And the arms? The arms move just slightly, just enough, in counterpoint, and the head stays level. And there's a gaze, forward, unhurried, sovereign. The gaze of someone who is never early and never late, and has never once wondered if she should be somewhere else. That walk is not learned in a class. That walk is what happens when a woman has fully decided, fully, without reservation, that she is exactly as much as she always thought she was. There's also the laugh. Oh, the laugh. The way her head tilts back. The way her hand comes up to her chest or covers her mouth or just stays down, because why cover something that beautiful? And the neck is suddenly there, offered unintentionally. And it's the most devastating thing in the room, and it cost her nothing. A goddess in motion is a five-sense experience, and the body is just the beginning. Which brings us to the thing that makes all of this work. The collarbone is beautiful, the hips are philosophy, the skin is a story, the walk is a coronation. But without this, without the final ingredient, it's just a house with no one home. Confidence, and not the performative kind, not the kind that shouts to make sure you know it's there, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't need the room to confirm it, because it already confirmed itself a long time ago, alone, in a moment nobody else saw. That is the ghost pepper in the chocolate mousse, the thing you didn't expect that changes everything. Confidence is what makes the walk become a coronation instead of just walking. It's what makes the laugh devastating instead of just loud. It's what makes a room full of people turn their heads toward the same woman without consulting each other first. Confidence says, I know what I am. It says, your opinion of me is interesting but ultimately optional. It says, I looked in the mirror this morning and I had no notes. And it's not arrogance. Arrogance is confidence performing for an audience. This is something quieter and much more dangerous. This is confidence that doesn't need applause, because it runs on an internal power source that never goes out. You can see it in the stillness. The way she stands at a party and doesn't fidget, doesn't scroll, doesn't scan the room for validation. She simply is. And the room responds to that is like plants respond to sunlight, turning toward it without quite knowing why. So, let's bring it back to the photograph. My aunt, Lagos, 1987, good dress, head thrown back. She wasn't trying to be unforgettable. She wasn't performing. She wasn't aware that decades later someone would hold that photo and try to explain to you what makes a woman stop a room. She was just being, fully, without apology, without editing herself for the comfort of whoever might be watching. And that is the complete formula. It's the curves, yes. It's the skin and the silhouette. and the way the hips move, and the way the shoulders carry the weight of a woman who knows her own worth. All of that is real, and all of that matters. But the formula is completed by the being, the willingness to take up exactly the amount of space you take up, without subtraction, without footnotes, without a disclaimer at the bottom, explaining why you deserve to exist as fully as you do. A goddess doesn't ask permission for her body. A goddess doesn't apologize for her presence. A goddess doesn't look at the room and wonder if it's ready for her. She walks in, and the room figures it out. So, what is the anatomy of a goddess? It's the architecture of a woman who has decided that her curves are not flaws in need of management. They are the main event. Decided that her skin, every shade of it, is not something to be lightened, darkened, filtered, or fixed. It is the story as it was meant to be told. Decided that her walk is not for your comfort. It is for her own rhythm. Decided that your attention is not something she is competing for. It is something she simply receives, because she built herself the kind of home that people naturally want to visit. That is the design. And here is the thing nobody tells you about great design. It is not just for the people admiring it. It is for the one who lives inside it. If you are watching this and you have ever dimmed your own light, worn the shapeless thing, walked small, laughed quietly, stood at the back of the room, hoping nobody would notice you, and also secretly hoping everybody would, this video is for you. The formula already exists. It lives in your body, exactly as it is. It lives in your walk, exactly as it moves. It lives in your laugh, your collarbone, your skin, your hips, your shoulders, your being. You don't need to construct a goddess. You just need to stop arguing with the one that's already there.